Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Riata Horsemanship. I'm Luke Brown, and I'm very excited to be with you here today on Motivational Monday. I hope you've had a great weekend. It's been excellent for me. Got some rest and relaxation. Got a couple new horses and a mule in. Just had an excellent weekend. Spent some time with my family, and I hope you were able to rejuvenate and have a great weekend, whether you were working or playing. I hope you had a good time. And this morning, the horse that I'm riding, this is Bodie. Bodie is the 5.5-year-old Korab gelding that came to me for training 7 weeks ago. So it's really 8 weeks, but he had a week off. But he's been here, been in training for 7 weeks. So he has 5 weeks to go. We're doing a 3-month or a 12-week program with him. He's doing really well, coming along. He's still a little spooky and edgy to some things, but he's coming along, and he's getting ready to be ridden outside the arena. But I'm just working on refining some of his groundwork and his riding skills here in the arena before I take him out. He is a Korab, and he acts a lot more like a purebred Arabian, and he is kind of reactive and can be spooky, but he's also very, very smart, and he's very eager to please, and I enjoy working with him and think he's just going to make an incredible horse for his owner. Today's Motivational Monday, like I mentioned, and I want to talk to you about something I was listening to this morning. One of my mentors, his name is Dean Graciosi. He's partners with Tony Robbins, and he's a great salesperson. He helps people live a better life. He helps people improve. He has a culture, what he calls a culture of progress. And so many times in our life, as we go along, we find things that we kind of get used to doing, and we recognize them as a problem, but we don't try to find a solution to the problem. And he talks about how if you're doing something that isn't working and you're not getting success and you want different results, then stop doing what you're doing and do something different. Try a different strategy. Try something else if what you're doing isn't getting the results you want. And I had a person tell me a story recently about somebody they knew who has a trainer, and this lady, she loves her trainer, and she has a great respect for her trainer, and has a good relationship with her trainer, and her trainer has helped her out a lot. But there's something that she mentioned to him that kind of caught my attention this morning, and that was, she said, this horse has a problem with being in one corner of the arena. This horse doesn't like that corner of the arena. She's spooky to that corner of the arena. And the question was asked of her, like, well, what are you doing about it? And she said, well, we're working on it. And he said, well, how long have you been working on it? And I guess they've been working on it for about 9 months. Now, there are some horses that have extremely challenging behaviors that are very difficult to correct. And I'll give you that. And I don't know the horse, and I don't know the person. So I have to take what I hear with a grain of salt, and take what I'm saying to you with a grain of salt as well. It may be one of those horses that takes that long to get through an issue like that. But in most cases, I've trained hundreds and hundreds of horses, especially horses that are spooky and reactive. And one of the things that I can do is take that horse and probably within an hour or two, get that horse to crave that corner and actually want to be in that corner. So I can take a horse that is deathly afraid of a corner and has had a problem for 9 months, and they're trying to address this problem for 9 months of getting this horse over an arena problem where she's afraid of a corner, and I'll help that horse become very relaxed in that corner and actually crave that corner. So when I turn her loose, she runs over to that corner and wants to hang out in that corner because that's where she gets to rest. I can do that in a very short period of time. And so if you have a trainer that's not getting the results you need, or if you're doing something that's not getting the results you need, then maybe it's time to get a different trainer, or maybe it's time to add a trainer, add some education, add some experience to your repertoire in your life, and change what you're doing so that you can get success. Too often, and I do this as well, there's something that maybe a horse is doing or something that I'm doing, and I just don't change it. I keep complaining about it, keep talking about how it's a problem, but I don't change what I'm doing. I don't approach it differently. I don't approach it with the question, how can I change this? How can I change this problem that continues to happen? So with this horse that continued to have the issue of being reactive on one corner of the arena, it probably wouldn't take much to go and help that person and help the trainer teach that horse to overcome that. And guess what? If I did that, if I went and gave that support to them, they would pay me for it, most likely. And so it would cost a little bit for them, but then they would save months and months and months of expense and frustration of not achieving the goal that they're trying to get, and that is for that horse to be relaxed in that corner. So because of my experience with horses like that, and because basically 100% of the time I've been able to get horses to overcome issues like that. It's the same thing with trailer loading or anything you might want to try to address, any problem you might want to try to address with a horse. If you can't correct that problem and you continue to work with the same trainer or do the same strategy and it doesn't seem to be working, it's time to switch it up. It's time to change what you're doing so that there's a bicycle here and he's a little nervous about that. He did good. It's time to change it up. Change up what you're doing. So if you're throwing a fastball and it's not working, throw a curveball. And if you're throwing a curveball and it's not working, throw a knuckleball. Whatever it is. If you have something in your life that's not working for you, then figure out a way to change what you're doing so that you can try to get different results. Remember, if you continue to do what you're doing, you're going to continue to get the same results. Bottom line, if you don't change what you're doing, you're going to continue to get the same results. And what do they say? The definition of insanity is wishing for something different, but continuing to do the same thing. So doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results. That's the definition of insanity. We don't want to be insane in our lives. We want to actually create progress in our life and ourselves personally and with our horsemanship, with our horses. We want to create that progress. So if something's not working for you, make sure that you get outside of your comfort zone and try something different. Try someone different. Get another trainer's eye on that problem, or get somebody else's advice about it. Try something different, and it's going to help. It's going to help you move forward in your life and stop feeling insane, because it truly does feel insane if you're working 9 months straight trying to get a horse to just get comfortable with one corner of the arena. There's better ways to do it, and we can find those ways. There's always a way. Remember, there's always a way. There's always an answer. That's my belief system now in my life. There's always an answer. We just have to go out and find it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a great start to your new week. Until next time, be thankful, live with purpose, live with passion, and as always, stay safe in the saddle.